Ever wonder what happens to your crayons when you lose them? Well, today's story is all about that. Come join me for the day the crayons came home. Hey guys, welcome to Fri Yay. Today we're going to read The Day the Crayons Came Home. It's a really great story, but it's also about perspective. Remember how we've been talking about the perspective in the month of June? So The Day the Crayons Came Home is about how we sometimes lose track of things that might be important to us, and they might need to remind us. I hope you enjoy the Today the Crayons Came Home, and then we will be doing a special craft when we're done. For the craft today, you are going to need a paper plate, some peeled crayons, some markers, a hole punch, 2 pieces of wax paper, and some yarn. You're also going to need an iron or a shirt press that an adult will have to help you with. The Day the Crayons Came Home by Drew Daywalt and Oliver Jeffers. One day, Duncan and his crayons were happily coloring together when a strange stack of postcards arrived for him in the mail. Dear Duncan, not sure if you remember me. My name is Maroon Crayon. You only colored with me once to draw a scab, but whatever. Anyway, you lost me 2 years ago in the couch. Then your dad sat on me and broke me in half. I never would have survived had Paperclip not nursed me back to health. I'm finally better, so come get me. And can Paperclip come too? He's really holding me together. Sincerely, your marooned crayon, Maroon Crayon. Dear Duncan, no one likes peas. No one even likes the color pea green. So I'm changing my name and running away to see the world. Sincerely, Esteban, the Magnificent. The crayon formerly known as pea green. Hi, Duncan. It's me, Neon Red Crayon. Remember that great vacation we had with your family? Remember how we laughed when we drew a picture of your dad's sunburn? Remember dropping me by the hotel pool when you left? Clearly you do not, because I'm still here. How could you miss me? Anyway, after 8 months waiting for you to come get me, I guess I'm walking back. Your left behind friend, Neon Red Crayon. Duncan, it's us, Yellow and Orange. We know we used to argue over which of us was the color of the sun, but guess what? Neither one of us wants to be the color of the sun anymore. Not since we're left outside and the sun melted us together. You know the real color of the sun? Hot. That's what. We're sorry for arguing. You can make the green for the sun for all we care. Just bring us home. You're not so sunny friends, Yellow and Orange. Hey, Duncan. I'm sure you don't recognize me after the horrors I've been through. I think I was tan crayon, or maybe burnt sienna. I don't know, and I can't tell anymore. Have you ever been eaten by a dog and puked up on the living room rug? Because I have. I have been eaten by a dog and puked up on the rug, Duncan. And it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. I'm more carpet fuzz than crayon now. Can you please bring me back? Your undigestible friend, Tan, or possibly burnt sienna, Crayon. Dearest Duncan, could you please open the front door? I still need to see the world. Sincerely, Esteban the Magnificent. Hey, Duncan. Remember last Halloween when we told your little brother there was a ghost under the basement stairs? Then we drew that scary stuff on the wall. Sure, it was funny when he ran screaming, right? But it wasn't so funny when you forgot to take me out of the basement. Please come get me. I'm kind of terribly horrified. Your scared friend, glow-in-the-dark crayon. Dear Duncan, it looks like I'm almost home. Been through China, Canada, France, I think. Just crossing New Jersey by camel now. New Jersey has giant pyramids, right? We'll see you soon. Neon red crayon. P.S. Next stop, the North Pole, I think. Duncan, does page 8 of Pirate Island ring a bell? Kind of a big payday for Captain Greenbeard there, don't you think? And no bronze or silver in that pile, huh? I told you I'd make me blunt if you colored each coin individually, but would you listen? No. I also told you that stupid crayon sharpeners never work. Did you listen to that? Also, no. Now I can't color anything at all. Your pointless friend, Gold Crayon. Dear Duncan, I've seen the world. It's rainy. I'm coming back. Esteban the Magnificent. Hi, Duncan. You're probably wondering why my head is stuck to your sock. A question I ask myself every day. Well, it's because last week you left me in your pocket and I ended up in the dryer. I landed on your sock and now he's stuck to my head. Can you come and get me? Also, why does everything you wear still smell even after it's washed? Your stinky socky stucky on the head, buddy, turquoise crayon. P.S. Sock says hi. Dear Duncan, I know I'm not your crayon. I know I belong to your baby brother, but I can't take him anymore. And this last week alone, he's bitten the top of my head, put me in the cat's nose, drawn on the wall, and tied to color garbage with me. The worst part is he's a terrible artist. I can't tell what his drawings are. Donkeys, monkeys, donkey monkeys. Picasso said every child is an artist, but I don't know. I don't think he met your brother. Please rescue me. Your desperate friend, Big Chunky Toddler Crayon. Duncan, greetings from the Amazon rainforest. Making great time. I think I'm almost home. Neon red crayon. Hello, Duncan. It's me, Brown Crayon. You know exactly why I ran away, buddy. Everyone thinks I get all the great coloring jobs. Candy bars, puppies, ponies. Lucky me, right? But they don't know what else you used to color, do they? I didn't think so. The rest of that drawing was great. But did it really need the final brown scribble? I'll come back, but please let's stick to candy bars, okay? Your very embarrassed friend, Brown Crayon. Duncan was sad to learn of all the crayons he'd lost, forgotten, broken, or neglected over the years, so he ran around gathering them up. But Duncan's crayons were all so damaged and differently shaped than they used to be, that they no longer fit in the crayon box. So Duncan had an idea. He built a place where each crayon would always feel at home. Oh, there's no dogs in here, are there? Nope, no turkeys either. Oh, you flatter me, but it's really not just chocolate. Let's have a party! This one is from my blue period. But it's not really blue, it's lilac. I think that door's for us. Ah, there you are. I could use a haircut. Looks so sad. Oh, I think he goes by Ted. Who are you wearing? I'm Ted. Hope there isn't a metal detector. No, I think everyone is welcome. And then in Cleveland, I gotta hike the Great Wall of China. Wasn't that a great story? Now we know that this was fiction and a made-up story because We know that crayons can't write and they can't talk and they don't have human emotions, but it does tell us what we might be missing if we leave a friend or if we go play with someone else. Sometimes when we forget what's important to us, they have a special way of reminding us. Let's go ahead and do our blooms box today. Our first is a yellow. So we're going to be analyzing. When we analyze, remember, we think about the story and we kind of break it apart of what could happen. So what was the saddest part of the story and why did you choose it? I would love if you would put those answers down into the comments below. To me, the saddest part of the story was when Neon Red felt that she was left by the pool and was never going to be found again and had to do her journey all by herself. And the reason that that was sad for me was feeling about doing things alone when you're scared can sometimes bring up an emotion of a time when I had to do it alone when I was scared. So that's how I analyzed the story. Tell me how you analyzed it in the comments. One more button. And white is going to be teacher's choice. So I'm going to do understanding. Understanding is explain why the story has the title it was given. So the title of our book is The Day the Crayons Came Home. And it's interesting because not all the postcards are about the crayons coming home, but they are about notifying and letting Duncan know that he came home, right? What other reason could you come up with this title? Those are really good. All right, let's do our craft. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is take our paper plate, and you're going to draw a spiral. So you're going to find the middle here, and you're just going to start moving your hand out. Okay, and now you're going to color this any way you want. I like rainbow, so I'm going to color it like a rainbow. Now we're going to pick up our scissors and start cutting around the spiral. Okay, now we've colored and we've cut the spiral. Now we're going to use our hole punch and we're going to hole punch around the spiral. Now that we've gone ahead and punched out our holes, we're going to take our string and start cutting it in lengths, and we're going to tie it around each hole that we punched out so a little bit hangs down. Okay, so now we have our plate, and I've gone ahead and I've tied all the strings to it. So we're going to take this and we're going to move it out of the way. And this is the part that you're going to need an adult to help you. So lay down a towel, and this is going to protect your surface because it's going to get kind of hot. And you're going to take a piece of wax paper. And then I have my crayons here, and you can do them all in different colors, in one color, however you want. And I made them really fine, some of them, and I made the other ones really big. And I'm going to be cutting about 13 different shapes. So I want to really spread mine out. And remember, as the crayons melt, you're going to have, it's going to take up a lot more space. And if we remember what Duncan did is he made a house for all his crayons to fit. That would be another really fun project to do. But this is what we're going to do with our broken crayon pieces. So I'm going to lay another piece of wax paper on it. And here I have an iron heating up. And I have the iron heating up to the highest setting, but no steam. So I'm going to just lay that iron flat. And as you can tell, it already starts melting. So the bigger pieces, again, are going to need a little bit extra time. But we're just going to lay this flat, let the iron do its thing. Here's a tip. So while you're doing it, if any of the crayon comes off of the side, you don't want that on your iron for the next time that you iron. So go ahead and take your iron and just iron the towel that you were on. And what that will do is it will take all the crayon off the iron top. So next time that won't get on your clothes. Okay, so here I have all of my melted crayons, and I had to wait maybe a minute so that they cool down, and I have to decide what shape I want to cut from these. And I think because I'm doing a rainbow, I want to go ahead and cut teardrop shapes. So I counted how many holes I have. I have 13. So I'm going to cut 13 teardrops. So here are my 13 shapes cut out. Now the last step to this process is we're going to take each one of these, and you can hole punch or you can just use the scissors you were using, and you're going to punch a little tiny hole, and then you're going to tie it to the string. Let's go ahead and tie ours, and then we'll see what it looks like in the end. So when we're done, as you pull it up, all of your stuff is going to hang beautifully. And as it turns, you're going to see all the rainbows that you did on all the swirls and all of your crayons in a new mobile. I hope you enjoyed Fri Yay, and I'll see you next week.